14 seconds. We're live. Let's go.
We did it.
We did it.
We made it.
We're going to share it out now.
So, Pat, you want to tell everybody about our conference?
Yeah. So, we got an amazing conference coming up. So, Deland, this is your second time doing it. Huge results. So, I'm going to do a little backdoor bragging on Deland. So, Deland has put together an amazing conference coming up in Orlando, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th, right before the huge convention in Orlando, Florida. So this is something you guys definitely want to check out. You want to bring the whole family, come a couple days beforehand, and spend a couple days with us. And it is jam-packed. When I say jam-packed, if you guys have been to a Sales Boost Live, Deland's like, we're jamming it in, we're getting it done. But it's in a way where there's a lot of breaks, great food, a lot of good time to really digest the material, because we're in a time where reoccurring and subscription model is where it's at. If you're in the exterior cleaning industry, you've been trying to do it. We've seen people do it. It just hasn't worked. But Deland's really broken the code with over 300 subscribers and growing. I want to mention and growing. He has a territory manager now that is selling them for him. And not to mention a couple members in there that just broke over the 100 mark since they've joined sub-club.com. But we want to invite you guys personally out to the convention, to the conference. It's going to be a great time right before the huge. So there you have it. But tonight, guys, we got my man Ron Musgraves in the house. The legend, really, of subscription modeling, commercial work, doing drive-thrus, you name it, shopping centers. He's the man, the myth, the legend behind it. Now, Deland's doing it on the residential side that nobody's been able to break the code. But, tonight I think we have an amazing call that we want to bring to you guys, because we're going to be talking about staying off the truck. We've had a couple actually members that are really like, I just got off the truck, let's go, right? But how do we stay off the truck? So guys, what do you think?
Everybody's going to think we rehearsed this, right?
They probably will. I mean,
because I'll bet you that not between the three of us, the formula is a little different. What do you think?
Oh, 100%.
Of course.
Who's going to go first?
I think Deland should go first.
Super.
I mean, he's got the cowboy hat on. He's ready to party.
You want me to go first? How to stay off the truck?
How to stay off the truck, my man.
All right. So if you guys, I just posted the comment down below. If you want to jump on and ask a question while we're talking amongst ourselves, you are invited. So there's the link right there on the screen. So if I was off the truck and I wanted to stay off the truck, obviously I'm a little biased, so I'll tell you what I would do is I would first start off with recurring revenue. So instead of signing people up for just those one-time cleans, I would be signing people up to continuously go to their house every single quarter, and I would try to get revenue from them every single month. So that's kind of what we teach. That's what I've taught. I figured it out how to do it back in April, and it's been really cool to be able to talk with customers. And to be honest, here's my little secret. The little secret is when I offer this to a customer, I don't really have to convince them. They're actually now in a position where they're thanking me for bringing this up so that I can solve a problem that they have by maintaining their home. So it's been really easy to sell, and it's something that's bringing me a lot of peace to be able to go to a customer's house. I offer them a maintenance package. While they look at the maintenance package, I'm able to offer them a one-time package. And by those two options, a lot of the customers just are like, yeah, I think the maintenance plan is a no-brainer. Let's sign up.
But
So-
Deland, what are you talking about? This piece? What's wrong with the one-time cleaning?
Yeah, it's hard to grow a business when you don't come back for like 3 years, right? 4 years if they remember who you are. If you're doing what you're supposed to do by sending emails, text messages, postcards to your clients, all those things, it's real difficult.
Deland, that doesn't happen in my area, man. They don't forget about me.
That's right. They remember everybody but you. Dude, you know how often we hear that is like we bring up a principle and like the first rebuttal is not in my area. Ron, have you heard that before? Not in my area. Yeah, it's like the standard. Why is that the guy's default answer every time you try to bring up a principle that's actually going to help them out? And then when you look at it year over year, these guys are asking the same questions over and over again. The same question repeats itself year after year, and you're like, sometimes the truth is hard, but if you're not going to change, you're going to get the same exact result. So enjoy.
There's unique markets in the United States, but I always try to tell people, okay, I had a home in California in one of those unique markets, and this was something that was argued about. If Pat remembers this, right about the time I met you. And I went to this name brand store, and literally we were traveling back and forth from Phoenix, and we noticed that there was things. Obviously, California's got things that are more expensive, but when you talk about Walmart, these big box name stores, all that stuff, it was a bicycle. We wanted to get a high-end bicycle, and there was this high-end sports store that was in Phoenix, and it was right on the beach in Santa Monica, right on the beach. The bike was the exact same dollar amount. Why was I going to buy this bicycle in Phoenix and put it in my car and drive it all the way to California so I could ride the bike on the beach when the bike was the same price? Commodities. A jar of peanut butter was a different price in California. You know what I mean? Fruit was a different price in California. But all that stuff that was on the shelf, all those goods and stuff, they were all the same price. Even though that area, you know, the income level was up to here on the beach, you know what I mean? Versus, you know, even in a bad neighborhood in Phoenix, you know, it was the same price. And I always try to tell those guys that can't be it's not going to dictate it. It really isn't. We talked about this. There's A customers, there's B customers, and there's C customers in every market, you know, in every market.
Every market. Yeah, I totally agree. Hey, if you have a question while we're talking, if you want to jump on here, we can answer it for you guys. We invite you to come on board. We would love to talk to you and help you out, ask some questions. But the topic we're talking about is, if we were off the truck, how would we stay off the truck? And so I talked about doing recurring revenue.
It's not fair because I came from a different mindset, and I'll tell everybody why Pat's been hearing me beat this in people's heads for 20 years. I was in college. I'm not telling the whole story. Pat knows the whole story, but this guy, Bobby Latito, was hustling, and he was going into storefronts and just washing the windows, going and collect the money. Because back then you had kids don't even know what I'm talking about, carbon paper. You know, now then we went to NCR, right? We had non-carbonless paper, but he had a little book, little 4-way book. He'd go in there, we'd wash the windows. I didn't know he was doing this, and he'd go in there and collect the cash. And the woman comes out, starts yelling at us, hey, Bobby scoots off because we were in college, and he runs off, drops the squeegee. I'm standing there, and the woman comes up and says, hey, you missed my store. I want you to do it every 2 weeks, you know. And my storefront window cleaning business started in college, and there was no talking about going up to a storefront window and doing it one time. Everybody wanted you there every week. So I never had the mentality that we were ever going to do a one-time service. I was only looking ever from the very beginning to build routes.
Ron, you've been in it for a while. Where do you think the one time, while you answer that, I'm going to let Jeremiah on, but where do you think the one time philosophy came in, Ron?
In the residential,
Yeah.
I think that guys don't understand, and this is where this runs into. If I'm coming to a customer, and we'll just use the window cleaning as an example. If I'm coming to a customer once a week, I might wash the 2-pane doorway storefront for $25. If I'm coming there once a month, it's going to be $65 or $75. So it's hard for people in their mind to think, why would I do it for $80 a month once a week, or $100 a month $100 a month, but I have to do it once a week versus the one time for $75. I can make, $75 and only be there one time. What they don't understand in the pressure washing business is that if we're cleaning a site once a week, we are exponentially more efficient. We're going to clean that site in 20 or 30 minutes versus an hour and a half once a month. So there's more money. There's actually more net profit that you're going to get out of the job. But in everybody's mind, $100 is more. So they don't want to charge the guy $25 a week. They think I can make the $75. I got the money in my pocket. I leave and I'm gone, and I don't see him again for another month.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's where the mindset comes from. And in the residential world, it equates to, if you're going to charge somebody $350 a month or $1,000 and clean them once every 4 years.
Yeah, when I started back in 2006, Jeremiah, we're going to get to you.
But what do you think of that, Jeremiah?
I'm pontificating for a second here. I started back in 2006, and I bought Steve Wright's How to Start a Residential Window Cleaning Business. For those of you who don't know, Steve Wright is the creator of the Customer Factor way back when, and I bought it on Google, and that's how I got introduced to the Customer Factor. And I started to do the storefront stuff, and we lived in my wife's sister's living room when we moved to Orlando in 2006, and I put my yard sign in her yard that was by a busy street. A customer called me, and I remember making like $237 one day, all day working cleaning windows, whereas I worked like a dog to try to get like $40 on a route. And I was like, I'm done doing commercial. I'm just sticking to residential, because I was able to just get $237 in 8 hours back in 2006. So anyways, Jeremiah, thank you for coming on. Thank you for putting in the link and getting on StreamYard. And for those of you who have any questions, we want you guys to come up. So come on, we'll put you in the backstage and we'll bring you up. So Jeremiah, tell us what's going on. How's business going for you?
It's going good. I just got off the truck today. Hired a guy to take my spot, so now I can focus on sales.
Let's go.
So I'm just trying to, I'm really gonna. I guess I need to relearn how to chase recurring work. But I did. I gave a quote today to a lady and kind of soft pitched her the thought of a recurring plan, and she's like, "Absolutely, send it to me." So I got to figure out how to put that together for.
Yeah. Well, you're actually in our group, so you watch those videos, and you're going to be able to know exactly what to do when you present it to her, for sure.
Yeah,
I've got a dumb question for you and Pat. You were saying elderly woman. Phoenix out here we're full of retirement communities, right? And I know handymen that are reoccurring work. They're replacing air filters, doing the dumb stuff that, these elderly folks can't do, or shouldn't be doing, right? They shouldn't be getting up on a ladder and trying to change their own air filter. And they're actually on reoccurring services. They come by once a month just to do any kind of like handiwork, and they just get paid to do that. Plus, if they get an extra thing, they charge them extra. But my question is to you and Pat, and focus on this one I'm asking. We all know there's an ABC customer, right? What do we know the demographics of who is most likely to get on? We know that's not the C customer, but what about where's it at between the A and the B customer? Are there more B customers just because there's more B customers, or are there more A customers getting on reoccurring service even though there's less less A customers, right? Where is that? Do we know the numbers yet, or do we not really know? I mean, it's okay if you all don't know, because this is brand new.
If you're, I don't know how you're measuring the A, B, or C, but a lot of people think
the 1%ers, the upper middle class, and then the C customer is lower middle class or broke. I mean, I'm not gonna candy code it. That's just
okay.
That's ABC.
Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of A and B customers. I was gonna say, we actually narrowed it down by square footage of the house. So I would say 50% of my customers who signed up for the subscription plan here in Orlando are 2,500 square feet and below for their house, based off of like Zillow. And the rest of the customers, I'd say 60%, and then the rest of the customers are a little bit higher, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, it's a really good question. Pat, do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Is like, on the subscription model, I think that customers are more prone to it with that medium kind of income. You know what I mean? Like, they still have that almost disposable income. Those are those customers that are like, yeah, this makes sense to me, because they're asking for it. Like, we're going out and doing quotes and they're like, hey, do you have a subscription model? And it's like, well, actually, right? But you're seeing it, I would say, mostly like you're saying, you know what I mean, in that realm.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Jeremiah, tell us what's on your mind. What kind of questions you got for us that we could help you out with?
I guess when it comes to this, do you have a general pricing sheet in there for square footage?
Yeah. Everything.
That's in the bifold.
In the bifold?
That's in the bifold.
All right. Yeah.
You mean to tell me that everything is math and science? You're kidding.
What you were saying a second ago, though, the lady actually pitched it to me, kind of in conversation. She goes, well, can I get you guys to come out here on a regular basis? And I am so stuck in the one-off service mindset.
Because of what I just said, right?
I was like, oh, well, actually, yeah. We can.
Well, that's the difference right there. Like, you hit the nail on the head, Jeremiah. Is like, we are stuck like in this one-time clean, right? So when you start pitching it, people are like, well, you take your one-time clean, you break it down per month. No, actually, your average ticket goes up. Like, they don't realize that you're going out there 4 times a year. Mrs. Smith is loving it because she's like, my house is never dirty again, right? And you're seeing them more often. The neighbors are going to sign up more because your truck's more regular in the neighborhood, because obviously, with the whole guerrilla marketing that we do, you're hitting those neighbors up again, and then they're going to get on the program, right? So this is something that you do have to break your brain a little bit, because it goes into the science of cleaning, right? Like, it goes into what pH you're using. We're not spraying things with a 3% anymore. It's a whole different philosophy that you have to adopt, and you can't just like put one foot in. You got to do the whole thing, right? And follow the system. That way it's on that, subscription basis. But I love that, because once you adopt it, like Jeremiah, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get in here and you're going to sell a couple of these and clean a couple of these. And at that 4th cleaning, you're like, this is a no-brainer, right? Less cleaners. Your guys are going to be, they're going to know exactly what to do. And that's why this topic tonight is like, stay off the truck, because you just got off of it and you get sucked back in. I mean, in the comments, guys, please tell me if you got sucked back in. I know I did. When I'm running 7 trucks and we were running multi-location, guess what happened? 1 year, we happened to lose almost all of our team members. And guess who had to jump back on the truck? Me, right? And so you got to build systems in place. And this is where Deland, we're going to talk about it. but this is a simple dimple model that these guys just come in, and you got to get the right technician too, because it's one technician on a truck, not two, one technician, and he's doing the same thing over and over and over again. But you get a lot of consistency with it. The pay is consistent, right? Like, I mean, shoot, you get $70,000, $80,000 that's hitting the bank account the first of every month. Guess what, guys? Payroll's taken care of. The rent's taken care of. I don't have to go hunt the next job that day, that week, that month to hit the goal. All right, I need 500K this month, right? Like that is a big mountain you got to swallow year after year after year. Like the pain, the suffering. Deland, myself, Ron, right? Like 20 plus years to come here now to say, dude, it's handled. Because you said it earlier, Deland, you're like, dude, you're like the relief, you know what I mean, of just having that money come in month after month. That's a huge pain point.
Yeah, and the other thing that is an unknown thing that we don't really talk about a lot is that you actually get to hire technicians that really appreciate doing the exact same thing over and over and over again, and it becomes like super simple. They go to the same houses over and over again every single quarter. The customers like them, and that's the type of guys that you want, is those guys that are okay being alone by themselves. They got their headphones on. They're washing. They're doing the same thing, filling out the checklist every single time, every single job. Everything repeats. All the same chemicals. All the equipment are matchy. It's just nice and simple dimple, and that's what you want. So, Jeremiah, what are you currently doing for your marketing to make sure that the leads are coming in, that you can keep your guy busy, and making sure that while you're building this recurring revenue model, that you're keeping the things flowing?
So we've been doing yard signs, door hangers, like 5,000 EDDM postcards a month.
Nice.
You know, we just started back this year, so we got like 79 Google reviews already.
Wow, good job.
So, but I'm not in a huge area, so while that's all fine and dandy, it's not like when I was in Phoenix and my Google listing would keep us plenty busy, you know.
He was killing it in Phoenix.
So
his brother's still killing it.
How
How many millions is your brother doing? Just out of curiosity.
I don't get into his financial stuff.
You don't get into his finances. I'm guesstimating he's doing 1.2. That's what I'm guessing.
I have no clue.
Taking a guess. I'm taking a shot. But yeah, it's crazy. Hey, can we get Trevor Steele in here?
Yeah, he jumped off. So when he gets back on, have him jump back on.
Oh my gosh, you didn't bring him in? Oh my goodness.
I'll text him real quick.
Hey, John, we want the $18 million man in here. John, you come in here. A lot of guys need to hear from John Vatcher. He's doing 18 million plus annually. We needed to have John come in here and tell people how to get off the truck. He was probably never on the truck.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's the kind of guys watching you now, Deland. And you see his comment at some point, I need to take a hard look at this model.
Right.
You got an $18 million guy taking a look at this model. How do you like it?
I love it. Jeremiah, you're the man, bro. Congratulations on getting off the truck and having your technician out in the field, and you doing marketing, man. That's a big milestone in your company. You should be really proud of that.
Gotta stay there.
Yeah, bro. We are here for you, man. Any other questions for us before we let you go?
No.
Sweet.
Hey, we appreciate your support, bro.
Vault, man. Hop into the vault on the clubhouse there.
Yeah, I'm in there right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gonna go first, Pat, on how do you think you get off the truck, or do you want to hear me go and then you're gonna go?
No, you do it. Yeah, do it up.
Go. Okay. So can I remember back that far though? That's the question.
I know that. Isn't it hard? It's like
no, I've helped so many guys get off the truck, and they always think that they first of all they think they need to hire salespeople before they get off the truck, and that's a big mistake. A big mistake. Okay. You need to be off the truck before you hire a sales team, and you have to have a system in play for the sales team to be successful. But the very first step, you obviously need to train that right-hand person. You need to replace yourself, okay? But almost simultaneously, and a lot of guys will go, but I don't have the ability financially to do that. Trust me, if you do these things, the financial ability will come faster. It's just like when I always tell guys, Tommy Mello today said, don't quit your job. Whoa. I was like, Pat knows this. He's heard me notoriously. Quit your job. He's told me he can't. You probably know people that quit their job that I said quit the job. You know, you really have to get that person to replace you. But almost simultaneously, while you're getting that person to replace you, the assistant is probably the most important thing. That will keep you off the truck, and you won't be doing this. I'm going back. I'm getting off. I'm going back. I'm getting off. You know, because the assistant's going to make sure that the invoices is getting done. Because when you're making that transition, all too often you're so busy. You don't invoice anybody, and then all of a sudden you got no cash flow. It's even worse than it was going to be because in the commercial world it's going to be delayed anyways. So now you just even delayed it further. So the biggest thing is I believe in getting off the truck is replace yourself, and then almost as you're see that replacement's going to happen, hire the assistant. Have them start helping you with sales, doing the office tasks. They can create the start of the sale. They can even, if they're a good assistant, I had assistants that would close deals. Okay. And that's a person that's going to also be able to, they're going to know everything. They're going to know all the details about everything. They're going to be able to, when the next step comes, which is hiring, everybody goes, hire your second technician. No. This is where you might hire the salesperson, because let's face it, we can get that second. If we got the first technician and yourself, you're kind of the guy floating around now. You might get back on the truck and train the second technician, but you don't want to be the guy in the office stuck, and that's why I believe that assistant is probably the most important hire, not only to get you off the truck, but to keep you off the truck.
Yeah, 100%.
Love it.
And we bring John in, and he golfs all day. So
that's right.
What's up, Trevor?
Trevor in the house. Uh-oh. Oh no, his mic's not working. Dude, no, mine wasn't working either.
He's on
mute. Just kidding. My bad.
Oh,
scared me.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
What's up?
Trevor, when did you get off the truck, man? When did you get off the truck? Tell us the story.
Oh, yeah. How much time you got? Day one was off the truck. This time, I restarted the company up in 2020, and that was the main goal, is to make sure that I didn't have to do any physical work from day one. And it's not because I'm lazy; it's because it's the right way to do it. It's the right business model.
Trevor, I forgot how deep your voice is. You have a beautiful voice.
Oh man, you have a beautiful everything. Look at you.
I got a face for radio. What are you talking about?
This
I look like Ron. I look like Ron's kid. What are you talking about?
This is just a good microphone. It's not a deep voice.
I sound like you when I have like a sore throat. You sound great. Anyways, I digress. Oh man. Well, welcome, bro. It's good to see you here.
Yeah, man. Good to be here.
What advice you got for people?
Come in, the link. Deland's got the link right there. If you guys want to come in and share something, there's the link.
We got Alex in the house as well. What's up, Alex?
You guys hear me all right?
I can hear you great.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. I have a separate microphone, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
where are you located, Alex?
We're down in real close to Miami, Florida, about 45 minutes southwest of Miami, Florida. I just tell everybody Miami because they don't know where Kendall is. But that's where we're at.
That's awesome. So tell us about your business. How are you doing? Are you on the truck, off the truck?
I'm off the truck doing all the sales. Dad stayed on the truck a little while. So for those that don't know, we're a family company. Mom, Dad, and I, we all work together. We've got 2 technicians now, and Dad's more of a production leader, and I handle the sales side of everything. So it's moving to the subscription model was the best thing we ever did for that. So
we did not plant Alex in here, but Alex is in the sub club. How long have you been? I didn't ask you to come on, did I?
No, not at all. I think that was Pat, actually. I'll put him on the spot. Yeah.
You know, Trevor's a good interviewer. Trevor, ask him questions about recurring revenue.
Sure. Well, how long you been in business?
That's a 2-part question. So I started pressure washing when I was in high school, 14 years old. My dad had a painting business before then, and I decided I didn't want to push a paintbrush, so I started pressure washing. And
when did it get serious? I guess
4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago, we sold both companies out of Missouri, moved to Florida, and started over. Wow. So we've been pressure washing down here from zero, other than the money that we had from selling the other company. And end of June technically marks our 3rd full year in business. And we've only been offering the subscription model for 1 year and 1 month now.
What's the number?
And you sold 100?
We want to know. 100?
105. We actually just did the number. So we have 105 subscriptions, and there is $190,000 booked.
I'm booking a flight right now. I want to come down with a
lifetime.
This guy around.
Lifetime. 2027, 2028, 2029. It's booked. So
let me ask you this. You've got hourly guys, I would assume, right?
We don't pay our guys hourly. No, we pay them strictly commission, 1-man truck, and they make 20% of whatever the truck makes.
I was going to say that begs the question then, do your technicians prefer to do the one-off high-ticket projects, like the $2,000 house washes? I'm sure you get those in Miami. Or do they prefer the maintenance?
We get a mix of both. Right now, we kind of hybrid our techs because we don't have enough subscribers to keep one truck fully booked for the entire month, just with nothing but cares is what we call them. No, Pat, you're muted. I can't hear you. So, but what we've done is we book the end of the week up closer to the beginning, and they'll do their one-offs at the beginning of the week. So if there's a touch-up, it's very easy to squeeze them in. But they honestly, my techs have said, I love doing the cares because I can have a fully productive day. And most of them are done at 1 or 2 o'clock, and they make a full day's pay for that. And the customers love them. And just the whole system all together, it's a beautiful thing when it works. So I found that all of that works great. Yeah, go ahead. I
was going to say 20% is a big number for commission.
It can be scary for some people, but I mean, if you incentivize your technicians right, I mean, they may make some days they may make $30 an hour. Some days they make $40. I had a technician last week. I gave him a 5-day job, and he got it done in 3 because I told him. He said, "Well, what happens when I get done with the job early?" And I said, "Well, I guess you get an extended weekend." And he said, "What about the paycheck?" I said, "You still get paid for 5 days."
Yep.
So he got it done in 3 days and took a 4-day vacation.
That's when you tell him to go make more money. The other 2 days. Come on, baby. We got some bills to pay.
Oh, man. So they were, as far as employee morale, I can't say anything bad about that. Everybody comes to work on time. I have one technician that I don't even have to babysit him anymore. He shows up an hour before I do, unlocks the office, and then he works. If he has to work late, he works late. If he finishes at 1, he finishes at 1. He goes home. It's
I could add too, Alex, to that. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I can add to that, this is where it breaks the brain a little bit. This is a simple dimple model, right? These guys are done by 2, 3 o'clock. They're in, they're out. They beat the heat, and you don't have to pay 20%. I think that's the big thing too, is like you can pay anywhere from 15 to 20. Now, these guys at level 1 tech can get 15%, and then they can move up, but you're allotted, right? If you're looking at a P&L and you're looking at the numbers, 20 is like the max you want to go in our industry, right? Because you got a lot of the cogs and you got the things that associate with that, depending if you have rent or where you're at, right? So it does vary depending on where you are. So that being said, you do have a window and you can structure it. And this is to the topic, right? Stay off the truck. It's like it goes to SOPs, it goes to training, and it goes to company morale and culture. And that's where the subscription model is so simple, where the one-time cleaning is like, dude, I want to max out. I want to get, to the $500,000 a month, whatever it is for you, right? But to your point, Trevor, that's the way we always used to be. It's like one time, like if you're done early, I'm giving you more work to make more money. This is simple dimple, man. You build up one reoccurring truck, slide it to the side. That puppy's done. Get the next truck, slide it to the side, right? And now you're on-putting trucks. Whereas we needed, when I was running 7 trucks and we were doing friggin' $400,000 or $500,000 a month, dude, I had to have 6, 7 salespeople. I was like herding cats. You know what I mean? And so this is a different mindset. It truly is. This model is different to where it's more of that pest control mindset of simple dimple. You get the card on file, it hits the bank every month, your guys are happy, and if they do get done, you know what I mean, now we got money where we can do fun things, right? Have the chiropractor come in once a month to crack their back or whatever it is, right? So you do fun things, but in reality, like you're building a fleet of subscription model that isn't going anywhere. So instead of having that fear, which I did, how am I going to make payroll, right? What's next month look like? If my sales team isn't hitting on all cylinders, dang, that hurts. So, just speaking to other people that are listening, I know, we've all been through it, but I just love this model because looking, I can see this from the inside from Deland's business. It's like his techs are happy, right? Like they come in, they produce, and they come in early. To Alex's point, like you don't have as many, white hairs as I do. You know what I mean? Like
no hair.
That's what the hat's for.
That's right. But showing my age. But no, that's the beauty in it. You know what I mean? For guys watching is like, yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, let's go clean 2 times a year and like let's do $150 a month or whatever. No, like we're talking big money, like average ticket above $230 a month. And that might seem smaller, but when you're building out a truck and you're able to do the production, it makes sense. You know what I mean? You're just building a longevity or the LTV of that client. And those one-time cleanings that normally are like $2,000 go to $2,800, and you're doing 4 cleanings, easy cleanings, and you're not giving away the farm. I think that's the big thing too, is like, we're not cleaning everything and doing an initial clean. And you know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, well, why am I paying monthly when I just got everything that looks great? No, we want to do it in structured manner. But, getting into that, there's so much, right? There's so much behind the or under the hood, I guess you'd say, to keep that thing on a reoccurring revenue basis.
Yeah, totally.
One of the best logos I've seen in the industry just popped up. I've never seen that before. Duckies, I don't know who you are, but that's fantastic.
Yes.
That's so
awesome.
Good.
Who is that? That's sweet.
That's Tony. Tony, you're muted if you're trying to talk. Unmute yourself. Say hello.
He's eating dinner right now.
Oh, he left. Ah.
Yeah,
he was on
we breezed over so many things that I could spend hours talking about. Performance pay for sure. I mean, I could dial that in and have an hour-long conversation about that. I think that the way that you two, Deland and Pat, have kind of structured the fundamental organization of the process is where we went wrong for years trying to build our wash club. You know, it was like we tried to customize everything. Okay, so we're gonna go out to your home and we're gonna do this, and this because this is the style house you have, and we're gonna come out quarterly to do these, and it just became like a logistical nightmare. The clients would complain. They'd say, "I thought you were doing my driveway this time," and it's like, "Well, actually, I'll show you the contract. The driveway's not till next month." And it was like, screw this, right? But y'all have simplified it. And I like how you do the same thing for everybody, no matter what. Really cool stuff, guys.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you. Well, Alex, any last words for the audience before you jump off? Words of wisdom?
I will say, yeah, we are performance pay. A lot of it, we start at 15 and the rest is KPIs. I don't know what your name is with the clean image. I think my dog is losing his mind right now. Trevor. Yeah, we could go off on a tangent talking about performance pay, but John, is that right?
Wrong.
All right.
I have a question before you go.
All right.
So you did 110, you said, in how long?
13 months.
Okay, so you obviously retouched past clients, so those were laydowns, right? They were easier to sell.
I would say.
Tell me, like in the first month when you touched those people, did you get 50 or did you get 25? I want to find out when the grind started, and then I want to ask you this next question after you answer that question. I want to ask you the second question.
Yeah, so surprisingly, it started out relatively slow. When we touch.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, so relatively slow. It started kind of like this because what was happening is we were trying to just reinvent the wheel and say, oh, we'll edit our own maintenance plan and we'll do it this way. And instead of just, what Trevor was doing, instead of just strapping and bolting on what Deland already had set in place. So as soon as we made that change, we started to go from, well, we're only selling 2 a month to we're selling 5 a month to now we're selling 8 a month to the other month I sold 12. So it ramps up and more people are switching to the subscription model, and it becomes easier to sell when you're comfortable with it. Because
okay, so that's giving me my next question answered itself. You're pretty much forecasting now where you're going to be in the next 6 months to a year. It sounds like you're easily going to sell 150 in the next year, maybe 200.
I would say so. Well, we just had a level 10 meeting this morning in the office, and the last 6 months, 66 of our 105 was in the last 6 months. So that's, we started the year with 39 and added 66. So, I mean, once you get into the groove and you know how to present it, it just makes sense to you and it makes sense to your clients.
Yeah. And you'll be able to go so much, like we are just getting into this. Like I got to make this clear, right? So we're selling these in a year. We're going to compound interest this thing, and we're going to start doing, like, we're a territory manager. We'll start getting leads for subscription model, and we'll be able to sign these guys up daily, and we'll be able to sell routes. I'm talking routes in a couple months. That's where we're going. It's going to be huge.
Guys, that's what our industry, when you start doing recurring revenue, our industry stops looking like pressure washing, and it starts to kind of look like pest control. And inside of the pest control world, these guys, when they come together, they ask themselves the question, how long does it take you to get to a route? And so some companies will be like, it takes us to get a month or a year. Some will say 6 months, some 3. In some rooms, guys are creating routes in like 3 or 4 days to fill up an entire route for a whole brand new technician, new vehicle, new tech, new equipment to go and do the pest control. That's where our industry is going, is moving in that direction. This is the Netflix to Blockbuster that's starting to walk into our industry in the residential world.
So let me oh yeah, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
This was going to be completely off topic, but it popped up. Speaking of moving, are you on a treadmill right now, Deland?
Yeah, I'm old and fat. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate you pointing it out.
No,
Yeah,
I just
'cause
wasn't
nobody
sure.
can
I saw
tell.
you
Nobody
moving.
can see you doing this.
I got a weird tick that I'm just always.
Okay, all right.
I got to keep
All right.
myself moving. I'm a weirdo.
Back on topic.
I want to touch on though, because I'm getting a lot of this in the comments. So Barry Little, my man, he's actually going to start doing subscriptions this year. We had a couple discovery calls last week and the week before, and people are starting to do subscription model. But Deland, how many times have we seen people try to do the subscription model that have come over to the program? They're like, I tried it. I'm doing it this way. I'm doing 2 cleanings a year. I'm doing 4 cleanings. And guys, it's hurting them because they're doing it wrong. So I want to make this very clear. I don't want to like push you into sub club or anything, but please check out the model because Deland's worked it out the last 2 years to literally get to over 3. I think you're at 310 now. Subscribers to where the model works. We've really built the system because you're going to get new terms in this industry, which is churn. So customers are going to drop off. We've seen it. It's kind of like Iron Man went up above, you know what I mean? Above the clouds, his suit froze and then he fell down. He's like, oh crap, I got to fix that. So then the next time the next guy went up and they're fighting and he knew that guy was going to freeze when he went up there. Well, he built the suit so it wouldn't freeze. That's dealing with the subscription model, guys. We've bolted on things to where you literally have all the framework. I'm telling you, and I'm not just telling you, I'm telling you because I've been in the industry for freaking 20 years. I've seen people do it. I've seen them fail. I've seen them hurt their business because they went to the subscription model and couldn't do what they said they were going to do. And they didn't make money doing it because this can hurt cash flow. I want to be very clear with this. You get into subscription model and it will hurt cash flow because now you're not doing the one-time big ticket things that you're used to. And you're like, dude, I'm working for free. I'm getting $230 a month. Yeah, because you're doing it wrong. I'm telling you now, right? This is a bolt-on model for any CRM, any model. It's worth it to check it out so you do it right so you don't freaking get up there and your suit freezes, right? So, to that point, I'm not saying you're doing it wrong or right. I'm just saying, why not look at something that is already proven instead of reinventing the wheel, right? I've heard it the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, man, Trevor, we've done it before. I'm like, man, I'm just going to kind of do it, you know what I mean? And maybe not get that program, or maybe, I'll figure it out or whatever. And it's always been, why? Why not get something that's already pre-built that I can just plug and play and go, right? Life's short. Business is hard. You know what I mean?
And this sucks.
And this sucks.
Why am I such a loser?
That's right. So, so I'm just being a little bit on the blunt side, but that's the reality, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. It's for you guys. We got a lot in there. Deland's put a lot of like the sales videos, how he does it. He does it in a unique way because people were asking in the comments, and I don't mean to take up the whole thing, but they're asking, how do you pitch this? How do you get clients? You advertise the same way you're doing it now. Obviously, you're going to probably use some sales boost tactics to get some more leads in, but we want you to get the regular leads. I want pressure washer. I want my driveway. Great. Well, I'll give you a little hint right here. We got 2 ways to do it. We got a subscription model or a one-time cleaning. Which one would you like? And this is built in the model so that you can close these people, because Deland, and you can attest to this, like you found that customers that were like, well, I'm not really interested in the subscription. Okay, no problem. We can do the one time, right? So you have both options because you do have people that are like, well, I got a party, or I got a maintenance, or I got an inspection, right? Like it doesn't matter. We're still going to get it done on the one time, and then we'll get the subscription later. But if they're like, Deland, subscription, tell me more, right? Then you're like, bam, you bring it home and you're selling the subscription model. Now we have a whole key, which we call the bifold, which goes through what's involved in quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. So it's built out for you. There's no guesswork, right? You mark it down. It's based off of square footage. It's simple, dimple, replicatable, so you can get people to sell this thing day in and day out. Build your crew. Look, there's enough work to go around, guys. We want to share this with a lot of industries because it's changing lives. Alex, testament, right? Up over 100 subscribers. Dude is crushing it. Sold how many at an HOA meeting, Alex?
Well, in one meeting it was 7, but by the end of the week I had 34 out of that HOA. So, yeah.
So let me tell you a little secret, right? Word spreads. You get a good deal, it spreads like wildfire because people want subscription. They don't want the big ticket. They're like, why don't I pay monthly? And then boom, easy sale. If Deland can sell with a cowboy hat, guys, I'm just saying.
Pat, did you say wildfire? That was Ron's nickname in high school. He was known as Wildfire.
It works. The cowboy hat works.
That's right.
Get one.
Hey, tell us.
I think my
Orlando.
close rate goes up like 10% with a cowboy hat. That's
right. Trevor, yeah. So we have a conference coming up August 24th, which is Monday. It's the week of the huge. It's August 24th, 25th, and 26th. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we teach you exactly how to sell the recurring revenue model, how to market it, all your admin to be supported, how to hire and train your technicians, how to attract the right ones, how to look for it, really cool sales techniques, just all kinds of fun stuff. It's like basically how to build a residential recurring revenue model inside of your home service company.
Well, I've got it on my calendar, and I'm doing everything I can to make it happen. I've got several trips to. I just get back from California that week, so it's going to be kind of crazy. But I'd love to be there.
All right, I have a random. Go ahead. Sorry, Ron. Go ahead.
What are you doing out in Cali?
Going fishing with Jeremy and those guys.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Dude, Jeremy's a beast.
It's a business trip. It's a business trip.
Yeah.
Of course.
Going to talk business.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the last thing we're going to talk about.
For 5 seconds at breakfast, and then game on.
All right. I'm going to ask Trevor a off-the-wall question. It's a trivia question. What NFL team I think it was in the 70s, was known as the Steel Curtain? Their defense was known as the Steel Curtain.
I mean, it's got to be the Steelers, right?
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
What do I get? Free Sub Club subscription membership.
Hey! Wildfire's going to send you a hat.
Yeah. That's it.
Hey, so we got a question from Bobby Duncan. You kind of answered it, Pat, but how do you figure out what month will you do the house wash, window cleaning, and driveways?
Be right back.
Ooh, great question.
What's your answer?
I could answer this one, or Pat could answer this one. Either one.
Dude, I have no idea. I've never cleaned it.
I'll give you my answer, but I think it might be wrong.
Okay,
I bet it's very similar. See, what you guys don't think about in commercial, right, Pat? Like when you're in commercial, you got a restaurant on monthly service, or even if you got it on 15-day service, you're going to do the windows monthly, but not the thing. You're not going to do a building wash monthly. You're going to do a building wash either quarterly or twice a year. It's just really simple. I mean, you just got to have those things on the schedule and in the agreement. And some people don't opt for those types of services. They just want the basic package. So I literally had fast food places that their budgets could only afford to do the doorways. That's all we did was the doorways. Then there was fast foods that would do only the sidewalks and the dumpster. They didn't care about the drive-through, and I'm just taking a shot, but is that similar to how packages and things work as far as what, depending on what the people want to do, or is it all inclusive and they're getting the roof cleaning, the house wash, the window cleaning? You know, are they getting it all, or is it an option in the package?
What do you say, Alex?
Give them everything and split it up over the year. That's how we do it. So think package C, we're giving them an all, or package A, whichever one is your biggest package, and split it up over 4 cleanings. That's how we do it.
So so I got a question. How are the other packages different then?
It's all not to be confused. So what I teach guys is I teach them to offer only one maintenance package to the client. Now, if they don't have gutters, we're going to take off the price for gutters, because obviously we shouldn't charge them for gutter brightening or cleaning out the gutters if they happen to not have gutters. So we lower the price, but the price is based off of they have everything on their house and they want everything done. I will have on occasion, some people will say, I don't want my roof washed. They're just like totally not convinced that the roof needs washed, and they don't believe in the maintenance no matter how hard I try. And we take off the roof. That's very rare, but at least I've learned that people want me to tell them as a professional what to do. That's what I've learned.
Then I got a question. When they want the roof washed in 1.5 years, do you ding them?
Well, we would add it in the price. It's like super rare. It never happens. I'm just saying that you take off the.
You haven't been there doing it long enough to know, right? But like, I'm imagining you ding them
You hit them hard, Ron. Hit them hard.
A subscription person gets on the package, and then in 6 months, all of a sudden now they want to add a roof cleaning in that they didn't do at the beginning. I gotta imagine you're not going out there now for $50 to clean the roof.
Right. We'll up their monthly payment and add a little bit is what I would do if that scenario happened inside my company.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing. You have options, right? So in this sheet that we designed for you, there's
Your
options.
mic's working, Pat.
My mic is?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
No, my voice is
louder than it was.
Your voice is working better.
Nothing
There's no telling.
Yeah, we got it all figured out for you. So here's another question. So Daniel wrote, I'm watching while rocking a 2-year-old to sleep, so I can't call in, but I'm curious. $2,000 one-time visit versus $2,800 4 times for the visits. Where am I missing the value? Does that $800 difference justify the additional trips and spreading out more services over the year? I know I'm using oversimplified numbers there. So that is the illusion that you're building a company is, in my opinion, is if you just do a one-time job, you do the job and you wake up in the morning and you got an empty schedule. You do a recurring revenue, even if these numbers are rock solid, I would rather get $2,800 going and visiting 4 times a year versus one time for $2,000, because the illusion is that you can do that all year long, every single month. Whereas this model, you take $2,800 and you divide it by 12, you're getting money every single month. I think that's what Ron was trying to say earlier, Ron, right? About you're very efficient when you go to the house and stuff, or when you go to the restaurant, when you were describing it for commercial.
There's more net profit, but guys don't understand that. It's like, I've proven that I can make more money at 7 cents on recurring than a guy can do at 22 cents on a one time, but they don't understand that. Nobody understands that. Till you sit down, do the math, work the numbers, you'll realize. So quick example, a guy doing 22 cents in a garage, he's there for 15 days. I'm doing a garage quarterly for 8 cents or 7 cents, and I'm there for 3 days with a skeleton crew to finish the same garage, So they don't understand that. They go, well, no, you didn't make as much money. Wait a minute. I'm done in 3 days. You're there 15 days. I'm working for 8 cents a foot, another 12 days that you're not. You're still stuck in the garage for 22 cents. And if you do the math, you exponentially make more money.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Alex?
I want to piggyback off of what both of y'all said. So, what Ron said earlier, yeah, we're cleaning things much faster because it's already clean, and we got a skeleton crew. It's one man instead of 2 or 3. And then what Deland was saying on the recurring side, what we're seeing on our end is our lifetime value versus what we pay to actually get a customer. Much outweighs that, because if you're paying $100 to get a customer and you get 2,000, that's awesome, 20 to 1. But that same $100 gets you the 2,800 every single year. So you're getting 2,800 in 2026 and 2,800 in 27 and 28, 29,
Right.
30
Exactly.
versus that $2,000 one-off job. That customer may not call you for 2 to 3 years to spend or if they do call you 6 months from now, it might be a $200, $300 job here and there. But the lifetime value on a customer that sticks around and pays you monthly and gives you their credit card and just forgets about it. And they're like, oh yeah, Deland's got me covered. I don't have to call anybody ever again. Pat's got me covered. Ron's got me covered. Daniel's got me covered. And they tell all their friends and all their neighbors, and referrals are huge for this.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I would say there's such a large piece of this that everybody seems to be missing, and it's because our industry is so far behind. If you look at pest control, HVAC, roofing, the trades, right? We're not even included in that category. People don't consider pressure washing the trades. Well, this is really kind of entering a new market for the entire industry. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up doors, and all of a sudden, and Pat knows this better than anyone at the table right now, is private equity is going to be paying attention to this model quickly. They're going to, because if I'm doing 1 million in one-off visits a year, I have a job, right? But if I'm doing 1 million contract work, well, now I have something I can sell. Right.
All I know is your guys' jet going to be able to get to Phoenix without stopping. Or is it just going to be local? Are you getting a local one, or are you going to get a real jet?
Who's buying a jet? I missed something. Who's buying a jet?
I don't know.
Pat
Wildfire. What are you talking about?
Pat and Deland are going to buy a jet. I just hope they can pick me up, but it's a long way from South Carolina and Florida. If it's just a regional jet, then they're going to have to stop 3 times.
I can't remember who said this, but do you know that some people measure their wealth by how many steps it takes to get into their private airplane? Isn't that fun? So, hey, Bobby Duncan had a question. Is there certain months you only do house washing and another month window cleaning? So I teach people actually how to do it with all at the same time, with window cleaning and house washing at the same time, using bleach and a quality surfactant. But Bobby, here's the thing. I've learned customers want to be told by the professional, this is what we're doing at your house, and this is when we're doing it, and they feel peace that way. They don't want to think about it, and they don't want to manage it, and they'll feel good knowing that you're presenting information in a logical and smart way, which is why our bifold that we use when we sell belly to belly, our bifold is so important. So it's really good. Hey, actually, let's bring Justin's here. We're bringing Justin on stage. How you doing, buddy?
What is up, guys? I was putting some questions in the chat, but then I read the directions, and I'm like, maybe that's why they're not answering them. Maybe I got to do it like this.
Yeah. Fire away, brother. Fire away.
Can you pull up that chat? I want to make sure I ask them like I did on there. It made me go to a different link. So
I'll read the one
before you
real
do
quick,
that.
Justin.
I'm bailing out, fellas. It's been fun.
I
Thanks,
appreciate
Trevor.
you, Trevor.
See y'all.
Yeah. So Justin, you said my company is closed Friday. I might be able to take or talk to at least
I was
one.
talking to go the other way, Pat. Go to the top ones. I was talking to Barry with that. He was talking about us helping him.
Oh, my bad. You said I was ready to hit a rap song.
Yeah, you look like it, man. You got the nice vibe going there in the background. I like it.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. How's it going, guys?
I think it was just 2 questions I asked on there.
Yeah. What's one thing do you guys think keep people from acting on this reoccurring model? Why do you think nobody has done this until now? Pest control, lawn care has always done it. Why now?
Is that a good question?
That's a great question. I did actually write to it. Did you not see it? Maybe it's on YouTube. I don't know.
No, I was on Ron's live. So.
Oh, okay. I did reply to it. I said they didn't know how to package it and present it in a way that could build routes or make money doing it long term. So our industry was always doing like 2-time cleans, like once or twice a year, and they were doing low ticket, right? Like I've seen windows as whatever. For a couple $100 or whatever it is, right? But they couldn't do it sustainably in our industry, and they didn't know how to package it correctly into logical way, like Deland was just saying, right? So that it was a system to follow that they can do over and over again, replicatable, that their crews can adopt a system or a model to be able to do this in and out, in and out.
Okay.
I want to add to what he said. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they don't know, And once they see it, just like I'm seeing it this year, I'll give you a great example. I got one of my first customers. It's a $10,000 a year customer. I'm trying to aim at $1 million plus. We're going to go out there for around $3,500 to $4,000 each visit, right? Top to bottom, complete $3.5 million property, right? And then we're going to go out there and hit just the spider webs like 3 different other times. That's it. And that's going to put us right at there. So imagine me get 100 customers at that mark. I'm at $1 million right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
The numbers the numbers don't lie. The numbers are there. And we've already done it. And let me tell you, my client's like, hey, can I just pay you for the whole year? I don't want to pay you monthly. Can I pay you for the whole year? I was like, sure.
Barry,
yeah.
I had hundreds on cobwebs. High dusting.
I'm not coming to Arizona for your cobweb problem, Ron.
No. I'm giving you 42 years experience tip. Just at the end of the wash, when you're doing the rinse down, just hit a half a gallon of diazonol in your tank or downstream it, whatever you want to do. You're not licensed to spray that, but if you don't charge, it's okay.
Can I tell you what I do? This is what I do. What I have set up now, and it may be wrong, but I'm an open book. I got a guy that comes out there and he does he webs every house before we wash it. That's all his job is. He goes around and it takes like a couple hours. He webs the house. He loves it. He's happy. He'll do 3 or 4 houses a day. And guess what? He loves doing it, and I love that he loves doing it, and that's all he does. He does that, and then we come.
You try that. All he'll do is go out and take pictures of clean. That's all.
No. He takes before and after photos with company cam logged to each property.
No. I'm saying if you do the diazonol trick, you'll just take pictures of clean stuff. It won't.
Then I would eliminate his job. I like him.
Well, I mean, you can make more money. You could do more subscriptions on, cobwebs.
Yeah, but that's kind of just my dive into it. And that's what I just want to target. I just need 100. And I'm one more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 guys. I know people like to do 1 guy, 1 truck. These properties we're doing are so huge. Like we did a $15 million property this week, and they're so huge that it will wear one person out, to be out there doing it.
That's
why we want 2 people on there.
But that only will wear someone out if you're going above 80% capacity. If you're trying to get your technician to produce like 2 people or trying to get one big job done in one day, and you don't respect your daily values that you want to try to bring into a truck, I'll give you an example. If our goal inside of our company in Orlando is we want 1 technician, 1 truck.
I couldn't hear you, man.
You can't hear me?
My Bluetooth off.
Can you hear me now?
You broke up.
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear anything. Sorry.
He's in freaking nowhere, Alabama. Where you at, Barry?
I'm in nowhere, Alabama. I'm actually, you know where I'm going right now? I'm going back to look for a wand, a lance that I think was left at
Oh
this
my
property. I'm
God.
not happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man, Barry, let me
that's what
Somebody
ask.
I'm
has to learn a
doing.
lesson on that one, Barry.
Yeah,
I know I broke up. I know my
let
Dealing,
thing. Let me
Dealing,
see.
though, we have to talk about this because, like, we're going to go to a program where you're not going to do
There
anything
we
but
go.
subscriptions. Like, there's going to be a time where there is no one-time
I can't
clean.
hear nothing. Oh,
Oh, no.
That's what I mainly wanted to jump on and ask. So,
Yes.
I know you're a sales guy. Like I'm not good at much, but I'm decent at sales. It's about the only thing in the business. And sometimes, like if you have a hard sell, you can sell somebody by being really honest with them, and sometimes telling them the negative things. So, like,
Yeah.
exactly.
obviously, the idea of the the subscription model with the pressure washing, like, it's very appealing. What would you say are the downsides to it? Like, if you have like our business is probably going to do, I don't know, probably 1.2 million this year. And that's just in one-off cleans, probably like 90% residential.
Yep.
Um, we did 818 last year and then 670 the year before that. So pretty consistent growth. But how will that affect that if I wanted to roll that out? Is that like change my whole business model? Is it like I get them on this subscription or I don't sell them? Or
Great question. Great question. No, so there's a couple aspects. I'm going to let Deland take this and then I'm going to tell you, but that's a great question because we have people in the program that are doing 1.2, actually $3 million washing, and they're bolting this on with their existing equipment. But Deland, tell them what's up.
Yeah. So what we learned, Justin, is that you got to actually feather it in. You can't just you can't have a full week's worth of maintenance customers because it's going to feel like you're working for free that week.
that makes
Maybe
sense.
not your first time when you service them, but 3 months down the road, you're going to look at your pay that week and you'd be like, "What the heck? Why do I not have any money for payroll right now?" And so what we learned is that if you feather it in, if you just do one maintenance customer and then one time, and then eventually when you get to about 80, that's when you can start to add another truck or you can start to add a week's worth. But what we learned is that if you follow our maintenance model, like our pricing, which
Yeah.
some guys go higher, but if you follow our pricing, it takes about 116 residential customers to fill up one truck. So we're real
What's the
sensitive on
truck's
making
capacity at that, like
one.
daily revenue capacity?
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to answer for Barry is that we try to hit $1,200 a day per technician.
So 2,400 for a 2-man crew.
Yeah, but we don't I personally don't recommend two-man crew because you can pay more money. But like, let's say for example, if you have $1,800, you're charging a customer $600 a month,
Mm-hmm.
and when you come out there, the customer has invested $1,800. On our schedule, we'll schedule that technician a day and a half because we
By the way,
learned
that's 319,000 per truck. Are you doing that now?
we're doing $25,000 to
No, I was
$30,000 a
asking
month.
Justin.
We're probably doing like 515 per truck right now with 2 guys.
Yeah.
2 guys. So see, if you bust them up, you're going to make more money because then
Yep.
you're going to be at 632.
Yeah. That's where we were at, Justin, as well. We were like 550 with one truck pushing into 600K. The problem is, and I want to make this clear again, right? Because Barry kind of hit on it too. It's like $3,500, but he's going to do it 4 times a year. We just landed a $15 million home as well, but I am not doing jobs that aren't subscription card on file, and I'll tell you why. Because
You're
I don't
not
want to.
at all.
No,
No
it's going to go
shit.
strictly because I'm telling you, dude, you're going to get a 10x return on your company once you have this program in place.
But Pat, like, what about all the people that are calling in and you pitch them this? Because I guess that answers kind of the back end of it. Like, once they went through the sales process and they've been, that was more like, what are we going to do as far as scheduling? But on the front end, when somebody calls in a new lead, we get a bunch of calls a day. It's like, hey, I want to
Yeah.
get my house pressure washed. Or so you're not pitching if they say no, I just want a one-time clean. So you're like, you got to find somebody else. Is that what you're
So
saying?
not right now, but it will get to the point is what I'm saying.
Okay.
When you have 3 routes built out, you're going to stop kind of turning away one-time cleans. Would you agree, Deland?
Yeah, you're eventually going to turn it. But the good news is that when you get there, Justin, we've got an entire sales model we recommend you offer the maintenance plan first, and then you offer them the one-time cleaning. Because if you sell somebody a maintenance plan and they don't really love it, guess what they're going to do in a month or two?
Hire somebody else.
They're going to cancel the maintenance plan. So you want to sell this to customers that just really love the idea that, okay, I don't got to call out a knuckle dragger out here, get all the estimates and hear all the sales pitches and all that stuff. I can just have one company that I love that can just solve this for me on a regular basis.
Yep.
We've had 4 clients this month that we serviced, and the guys did a good job. And they're like, what kind of maintenance plan do you guys have that you could put me on? He's like, what if we just book this same wash for the next 5 years? And I'm like, sure.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I want to have something better to offer them for sure. But I don't know. I've talked to Deland back at the beginning of the year, but it was, you know how it is, like cash flow gets super tight at the beginning of the year. And I was trying to do all this stuff and add rigs. And it's like, wow, there's no money coming in.
Justin, are you following me? Is that how you got on this? You were following me, or you follow me at all, or no?
Yeah, man, I've been following you for years.
Yeah, Pat. Well, Pat knows since he's known me. What do I do when somebody calls and says they want a one and done, Pat? I give them my competitor's telephone number. That's what I do. I mean,
so you only do this model, Ron?
I have never not done. I don't do one and dones. Everybody.
Wow.
Pat knows this. They think I'm crazy. They thought I was nuts, and they didn't
Maybe
believe
you're
it.
a genius.
They didn't believe it.
Yeah. And that's
Maybe
what I'm
you're a
telling you.
genius.
Yeah.
And hey, I just want to know a question, Pat. Did you steal the packages for me?
For this?
No, for your residential business 15 years ago. Did you? Because you know I've been doing packages since
Tell him, yeah, Pat.
the 80s.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm just wondering. I don't know, Pat.
Tell him, yeah, Pat. He'll make his.
It's okay if you stole it. It's okay if you stole it from me. I mean, but you know.
Yep.
What a question to ask. What a question to ask somebody on a live.
Well, I mean, you know.
You asked me that question, I would say yes.
I think Pat brought the packaging to the residential industry 20 years ago. I really do. I mean, and he might have heard me talking about the
mix
commercial.
of like a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like there's a mix of things there. But you sent me the quarterly 60, it was 30, 60, 90 days on the commercial stuff. That's where we definitely adopted that.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what That's what I thought. I mean, you know, I thought that's how it come, you know. So I'm not saying you stole it. That's harsh words. You borrowed it. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I mean, everything, right? Like
I want it back. No, I'm just kidding.
Guys, this is super valuable. I got one more question, and I'm gonna stop hogging the line. So we recently, for 3 years we did in-person sales where we go out in person, we'd sell on packages, and our average ticket was like $1,300. Well, last year we changed models. We have a call center now, and I adopted the model from one of my good friends, Wesley Bloom. Wise Guys.
Crushing it.
And the new model works really good. Our ticket's lower. We had to stop doing packages, but we can, max day for a sales rep out in the field, you can make it to about seven estimates, if you're in a metro area and you're having to drive around, about 7 a day. Whereas, in the call center, we can do way more estimates in a day. Like we had a day last week where we closed 31 jobs all over the phone, but it's a lower ticket. Do you guys think that you can sell this subscription model over the phone?
That's where it will eventually go. I've sold lifetime over 400. I've netted 310. And I've sold over the phone maybe 3 or 4. So I haven't mastered it yet. We do have some sub club members that are doing over the phone very well to their past clients. But there's something about seeing that sheet of paper and seeing it logically spread out throughout the year where you go belly to belly with the customer. And if you really think about the lifetime value of the client, it is worth the time to be able to go there and explain it to them. So I think it is possible. Just at this moment, because it's so new, it's a little difficult. But if you go to the pest control world, majority, 80, 90% of all the services that a pest control company is going to offer It's all done over the phone. So I can foresee that it will eventually go there. I just don't know how to connect that dot right now, to be honest with you.
I'm going to tell you
Sounds
right
like it
now,
would
I
almost
love
make sense
these.
to have
I
both.
love these guys on thing. How do I keep learning from all you guys? I've only been in the industry for 3 years. I'm in Tampa, Florida. I've been in the industry for 36 years. I'd love to implement this, just finding this out. How do I get this model? I've learned package selling from movie theaters selling popcorn. And he's right. Everybody's got a package to sell. Everybody's selling a pack. I could get a package to go down to my cookie store and get a cookie every other day if I want to pay for my cookie, and get on their program. So you're right. Everybody is doing this, and you guys need to. When are you guys doing a call on this to talk about this specifically? Next Tuesday?
We're doing a call next Tuesday. It's called a discovery call.
Well, you may want to put that link in there so these guys can get you the information so they can know that call's happening on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. What call are we doing on Thursday, Pat? What are we doing? What did we say we're doing on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday we're just going to be shooting the breeze, man. Telling what's coming in 2026 into 2027.
Right. Don't miss that one.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go over a couple more. Let's go over a couple more questions before we end. Is that okay, you guys?
Justin, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate you.
Justin, crush it with the questions.
All right, let's see.
Dude, I feel like we're like Super Bowl announcers when we did the 3 like that. That was good.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to dye my beard, man. Did you dye your beard, Pat?
No, it's the camera AI, bro.
Come on, take it off. Let me see that gray hair. Let me see it, man.
Oh no, I just got my hair cut. Look at that.
You dyed your hair, man. He was in the hair club.
Bro,
he got the hair club for men.
Woo! That's VO5 hot oils over there. All right.
I just put gutter butter in my hair.
Daniel says, appreciate you taking the questions. I have another one as well. Have you experienced any issues on billing? It seems like you may eventually start running into issues of billing a customer 12 times a year instead of one time with cards expiring, etc. Also, I don't want to feel as if I'm financing a customer's cleaning for them. Thanks, guys. Learning a lot. All right, so Daniel, to answer that question is we have a little alarm that goes off. We check the customer's cards on file. We use Square, and we'll check the expiration date. We try to hit them 2 months in advance when we know that a card is going to go expired. So we'll start hitting the customer up. But I think cards will last for 2 to 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. And then our model is the customer has to pay us 3 times before we service the customer. So before we come and clean for them, the customer has invested 3 monthly payments and then a cleaning. 3 monthly payments and then a cleaning. That's how our model
Never wait to get paid.
Yep.
Man, you would hate me. Is it ACH? Do you do any ACH?
I haven't set that up. No.
We would do it, Ron.
I would do it ACH.
Yeah, customers
I was going to tell you, but commercial's a lot different, and I'm not saying you're doing the wrong model. I think that's a smart thing. Waiting the 2 months before they get a service. That means they're committed and they're invested into it, and you don't get it. My agreement's a little different in the commercial, and I know some of my guys are watching, so I want to remind them how I work that. The first service is free. Pat knows that, and everybody thinks I'm crazy for that. First service is free. And then how we cover on that in the agreement, it says if there's a cancellation for any reason prior to a certain date, bam, we hit them. And we'll hit them hard because they're told an initial cleaning that we waive. So if the initial cleaning is $1,800, but the monthly service is $365, and they do the initial service and they cancel right after the initial service is done, or the first pay service is done, or even the free service, they get hit for the $1,800.
I think that's so smart. So smart.
But I do a free service, and I'll tell you what that does. If they're willing to sign that right there, it tells you they ain't playing games. You know what I mean? Because they know up front they're on a reoccurring thing. They know they got to stick around till this date at least before they get hit that $1,800. Any cancellation after that's a waiver. That never happens. If they stay and make that date, there's people that have been, man, 30 years on this subscription.
Yeah, and we teach our sub club members that in the sales process, if the customer doesn't love the maintenance plan, you just immediately switch over to the one time. You don't ever try to push them to the maintenance plan because, to your point, they're going to cancel in a month or two after the initial cleaning. So, yeah. And we don't teach giving away the farm. We don't teach cleaning like everything for residentially. We just try to keep it nice and pretty and neat. So Josh says, how do I keep learning from all you guys? Follow Pat, follow Ron, follow me on Facebook. You could also go to our website, subclub.com. And you can also take a look at our Tuesday calls that we do for a discovery call. But you can always private message us as well.
That's probably the quickest way, Deland, is just private message us on Facebook. We'll send you over the link. We do a free discovery call on Tuesdays. We get you in there. And then we also have a conference coming up in August, right before the huge convention, the 24th, 25th, and 26th. It's 3 days jam-packed. We're basically going to break your brain, guys, because the reality is this is different. This is a different model for the industry, but it is maintenance cleaning. It's reoccurring revenue. It's a subscription model to get you guys reoccurring revenue in a smart, logical way that doesn't hurt cash flow right out the gate. So if you already existing wash business, this is easy to bolt on. Get your reoccurring route going. We'll help you do that. You see the comment from Gary Menk, Deland?
Let's see.
Yeah.
How do you handle end of the month sales with service starting the next month? So great question, Gary. What we do is, let's say you sign them up on July 31st. Let's say that's the last day of the month. Then they would pay you in advance for the work that you're going to do, and it just might so happen land in July. So August, the cleaning will be done in August, but they paid you in July and you received the money in July. Their quarterly cleaning would follow the August channel of quarterly months. So you would start cleaning them in August, and then they would pay you in September, they would pay you in October, and then they would pay you in November, and then in November you would go and clean for them. So you would do it on the day that you clean for them.
Nice.
On the month that you clean for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully that makes sense. Great question. Awesome. Well, it looks like we covered a lot of information, guys.
Actually, tell us how you get off the damn truck.
I'm telling you, man, if you put the people in place, the money will come, and then you put it on reoccurring work, set it and forget it. You don't have to get back on the truck again. Right? Short, simple, to the point.
Yeah,
there's a lot that comes into that. I'm just saying.
That one technician. Are you finally a believer in that, Pat?
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's another one that I've been doing. You know, I've always said, you need another guy, send a truck.
Yeah.
Ron, did you steal the one technician thing from me 20 years ago?
No, I watched you carpet cleaners. That's where I learned.
That's right.
Carpet cleaners did stuff so inexpensive. $99, you can't send two guys, can you?
Oh man, no, that's crazy. Daniel, you're filling us up with some good questions, man. You need to private message us so that we can answer.
You know, I wanted to say something about what he was talking about, and I think we got a roundabout to it because you obviously the sweet spot's going to be these guys from 800,000 to 1.5, right? Those are the guys that are probably most frustrated, you know, because they got the big payroll still, but they don't know what's coming next month. And, you know, they're out there. Ad spend, the ad spend on this stuff is just insane, man. And we're not even talking about that, right? This guy's making, what did he say, 600,000 or 500,000 a truck. but he's probably spending $180,000 to fill the truck in ad spend, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think they understand that. Once this acquisition cost is made, it's over. You know what I mean? This just keeps coming in. That's the thing that in the formula, not just that you're making more net on everything per job, you're not, that overhead is, I don't want to say it's going to creep down. It's just not going to be as expensive to do the customer, let's say the second time, because even on a one and done customer, you still got to advertise to them. You got to pick up the phone and call them. Bodies cost, it costs money,
Yeah.
What's up with my
And,
he's not on.
and this model, actually, you only need one territory manager right now just to grow nice and easy and pretty and simple at the beginning. And your ad spend doesn't need to go necessarily over 10% if you don't want it to. So it's a remarkable way to grow a business. So Daniel says, I see on your website that you have some testimonials and a lot of them say initial XXX monthly. Is that for the houses that want an initial instant gratification style result and transitioning to monthly after? So if I'm understanding your question, Daniel, I think you're asking, do you basically clean everything up perfectly perfect to be able to maintain it from after that point? I think that's where I'm going with to try to answer your question. No, if they sign up, they pay for that quarter's services up front, and then they start prepaying for the next cleaning. So we do have some techniques that we make sure we don't spray super strong bleach. And we have some techniques to make sure that we don't pull out the pressure washer and the surface cleaner to go to town and it takes forever. So we have some shortcuts that we take, and the customer knows and loves that process that we offer them. But we don't give away the farm on the first cleaning.
In 3 years, you guys, the entire sub club is close to $1 billion. You guys both have a private jet, and you've blessed at least 1,000 to 1,500 contractors. It's a guarantee. It's a no-brainer. You know, it's absolutely a no-brainer. I know you're a little stunned at that, but that's, you know, they say they call me the pressure washing prophet. So I'm just telling you guys, that's what's going to happen. And this is the best thing since sliced bread. If you can remember that far that back, Deland.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Your lips to God's ears. I think what a blessing to be able to help contractors. But that's the reason why Pat and I want to do that.
I just want a jet that's not regional so you can pick me up. That's all I care about.
You got it, Wildfire.
If you guys can only afford one, then so be it. You'll have to come together and get me. Now, you have to send somebody.
That's awesome.
Robert sent a private jet to get me from Vegas, right? Is that funny? Awesome. I never had anybody send a private jet. It was kind of cool.
That's amazing. Did it have a private bathroom on there too?
I don't know. I didn't go, but he sent the jet.
Held your breath and
I never went to the airport to get on it.
How do you know it was there?
It was on standby. They called me. They were going to pick me up at the house. I said, no, I'm not coming. So, but you guys send a private jet. I'm coming. I'll be there.
Okay. Love that.
This is a wild ride. I don't know if you, I want to tell you guys, I want anybody that listens to this or hears this at the end. I told both these guys that same thing when I first talked to them about this program. This thing's fire. It's gonna change the entire industry, and there's gonna be a lot of copycats. We're not gonna be able to stop that. But as you just heard, Pat understands the formula. He understands. They've already had guys try to copycat it, and it's not working. You know, I always said this, and you'll be a testament to this too, Pat. I think that most guys, when they get a coach, they try to tweak something, right? You've got the formula down, and they think, because they're listening to 6 other coaches, and then they think, I'm going to take the 6 great ideas and I'm going to formulate them together and I'm going to come up with my better thing. And it doesn't work. Okay. Because we all know that when those technicians, we've seen it as entrepreneurs, if they get out there and they just tweak one little thing, all of a sudden it's not working anymore.
Nope.
You know, and that happens. And I don't think people really understand. They think that sometimes that's just oh, you're just saying that. No, I'm not saying it. I've been 42 years. I've been coaching people for free all my life. I built my own organization coaching people because that's what you have to do if you're going to build an organization. The bottom line is you've got to stay on task and you've got to follow the formula. You have to.
That's right. Well, guys, I know we can talk about this all night long. We are at an hour and 35 minutes into it. We're going to land the plane here. But at the end of this, right, to your point, Ron, is it's here. It's a no-brainer. We appreciate everybody being on the call. I think, next steps would be, message us directly. We'd love to reach out, chat about this. We can obviously talk about this all night long.
Thursday night, though, me and Pat, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great topic. It's not going to be about reoccurring revenue. Well, it might be a little bit, but we're going to talk about a topic to help contractors because that's what Pat Clark does. And we're going to announce some of the other things he's going to be doing. The free information that both Deland and Pat are giving out is absolutely gold, especially for the residential guys. I've been watching these residential guys struggle, come and go. This is the most refreshing thing that I've ever seen. Good job, guys.
Appreciate it, Ron.
Thanks, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.